Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things you missed in Obi-Wan Kenobi, Episode 3.
It's just Ben these days.
For this list, we're looking at Easter eggs, callbacks, and the like that you may not have caught in the third episode of this Disney Plus series. If you're not up to date on your watch list, here is your spoiler warning. Anything else you picked up on, like how the second eye in the title card is a lightsaber? Let us know in the comments. Number 10. Obi-Wan doesn't want to say hello. The first words we hear Obi-Wan say upon meeting him in A New Hope are appropriate ones.
Hello there.
We're sure Alec Guinness didn't think much of it at the time, but it went on to become a signature phrase for the Jedi. In Revenge of the Sith, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan repeats those words upon getting the drop on General Grievous.
Hello there.
That one especially became something of a meme in the years to come, so we were more than expecting another callback in the Disney Plus series.
Hey there, I'm Freck.
Father, aren't you going to say hello?
Hello.
When Obi-Wan and Leia meet transport pilot Freck looking for a ride, Leia curiously asks why Obi-Wan doesn't want to say hello. Yeah, we're wondering too, Leia, but we're sure we can get the whole thing out of him. Number 9. How the Force works. Leia is inquisitive. Not inquisitor, mind you, so she's naturally curious about learning how the Force works once she and Obi-Wan get a moment to breathe.
Can't you make this thing go any faster?
It's a trade route, Leia. I'm not in control of it.
Can't you use the Force on it or something?
That's not how it works.
We're sure those in the know are constantly having to tell laypeople how the Force works, as Obi-Wan's response mirrors that of Han Solo's in The Force Awakens.
People are counting on us. The galaxy is counting on us. Solo, we'll figure it out. We'll use the Force. That's not how the Force works.
Obi-Wan then resorts to using metaphors to describe the Force to Leia, likening it to a light in the dark.
Have you ever been afraid of the dark? How does it feel when you turn on the light?
I feel safe.
Yes, it feels like that.
Interestingly, this metaphor holds similarities to one she would use later in life, as relayed by Admiral Holdo to Poe in The Last Jedi.
Tell us that we have a plan, that there's hope.
When I served under Leia, she would say, hope is like the sun. If you only believe in it when you can see it.
You'll never make it through the night.
Yes.
The connection between the Force and hope has always been evident in Star Wars, and it could be that Leia got much of her wisdom on them from Obi-Wan.
Lola!
Number 8. Lying from a certain point of view. Though one of the most noble Jedi in existence, Obi-Wan has always played loosey-goosey with the truth. Most infamously, he tells Luke that Darth Vader murdered his father, rather than straight up being his father.
A young Jedi named Darth Vader, who was a pupil of mine until he turned to evil, helped the Empire hunt down and destroy the Jedi Knights. He betrayed and murdered your father.
While it's contested whether George Lucas himself knew this twist at the time, it was later spun off as Obi-Wan merely playing with the details, using the word murder very loosely. Another one of those metaphors.
He ceased to be Anakin Skywalker and became Darth Vader. When that happened, the good man who was your father was destroyed. So what I told you was true, from a certain point of view.
Well, it seems like Luke isn't the only young Skywalker Obi-Wan lies to about Anakin. When the Empire and their dealings come up, Obi-Wan makes mention that Leia's father is one of the apparent good ones.
But the Empire was supposed to be helping us.
Well, there are some, like your dad, who are trying to. Seems like a losing battle these days.
Yeah, based on what Vader does later, we wouldn't call that helping. Number 7. Who's that voice actor? Star Wars has a history of disguising prominent actors as various creatures or stormtroopers, especially in the Disney era. So when Obi-Wan and Leia met the aforementioned Freck, we immediately tried to decipher where that voice came from. While you'd be forgiven for thinking the mole-like creature sounded a little like Seth Rogen, the credits revealed that Freck's actually voiced by another recognizable comedian, Zach Braff.
I miss you so much it hurts sometimes.
That's right, it's the Scrubs alum that plays the friendly Empire stooge who's more than happy to sell out a pair of world-weary travelers.
Who are they?
A couple of strays I found. Thought you might want to check him out.
All right. Thanks, Frick.
We can't wait to not see which famous face Disney will hide next. Number 6. Fifth brother foreshadowing. For those only familiar with live-action Star Wars, the Inquisitors will seem like a welcome addition to the canon. But those who have seen things like the Rebels TV series will have already met some of them, including the fifth brother.
That seat is mine, not yours. I am the next in line.
Played by Sung Kang on Obi-Wan, the fifth brother becomes antagonistic towards Reva, the Inquisitor who serves as our focal point. Feeling slighted, he ends the conversation by saying he'll get what he deserves.
I will get what I deserve, third sister, and so will you.
I hope so.
While he probably has something good in mind, Rebels fans know he really gets what he deserves in the duel episode Twilight of the Apprentice upon being struck down by Maul. We probably wouldn't warn him what was coming. Number 5. The Jedi they're looking for.
Where are you all coming from?
They're moving us around, looking for a Jedi.
A Jedi? Out here? I hope we're not in any danger.
Oh, no, we'll find them. We always do.
On top of being uncoordinated, incompetent, and bad shots, stormtroopers are downright dumb. So it was no surprise that they are unable to find Obi-Wan even when he's 5 feet in front of their faces.
What about you? You have any information about a Jedi?
I would know one if I saw one.
This famously isn't the first time Obi-Wan managed to avoid detection while dealing with stormtroopers, as he and Luke come across them upon arriving in Mos Eisley in A New Hope.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
He can go about his business.
You can go about your business.
Move along.
Move along.
Of course, that time, Obi-Wan had to use a Jedi mind trick to persuade the stormtroopers to let them pass, but these troopers lose the scent through nothing but simple conversation.
Well, just keep your eyes open. Report it if you see anything.
Of course.
We bet they were embarrassed upon later finding out that Obi-Wan was the Jedi they were looking for. Number 4. Obi-Wan's brother. Aside from knowing he comes from the planet Stujon, long story, hardly anything is known about Obi-Wan's childhood. Well, Part 3 of the Obi-Wan series served to fill in some of the gaps as the Jedi recalls what he does remember before being inducted into the Order.
As Jedi were taken from our families when we were very young. I still have glimpses.
Here, we get first mention of Obi-Wan's family, including his mother and father. But most interestingly, we learn of the existence of a baby brother.
A baby?
Yes, I think I had a brother. I really don't remember him. I wished I did. Then I joined the Jedi and I got a new family, just like you.
While it's unclear whether any of them will factor into his future adventures, it's curious the writers decided to say Obi-Wan had a brother. He then mentions the Jedi became his family, which is apt seeing as he also had a brother in Anakin, which he expressed in anguish.
You were my brother, Anakin! I loved you!
Number 3. The Revenge of the Sith. Speaking of the conclusion of Obi-Wan and Anakin's fateful duel on Mustafar, their first meeting in the 10 years since has Vader opt for a very particular method of torture. At the end of Episode 3, Obi-Wan cuts off Anakin's remaining limbs at the edge of the lava bank. Anakin's precarious position eventually causes him to catch fire as a resigned Obi-Wan looks on in heartbreak. Harboring resentment for his former master, Vader naturally gets poetic by setting ablaze some mind Vintrium.
Now you will suffer, Obi-Wan.
Though he doesn't say it explicitly, it's clear that Vader is dragging Obi-Wan across the flames as comeuppance for what happened to him.
Your pain has just begun.
Thankfully, though, Obi-Wan's rescued by Tala before things can get quite as ugly. Number 2. Screaming Stormtrooper. The Wilhelm scream is a popular inside joke within the industry, and any movie buff will be sure to pick up on it whenever it shows up. While Part 3 of Obi-Wan Kenobi doesn't feature the exact sound effect, it does harken back to a particular use of it in the original Star Wars movie. Specifically, it comes when Luke and Leia are in the midst of a shootout with stormtroopers on the Death Star, and it comes when Luke blasts one off a ledge. Here, Obi-Wan is forced to fight stormtroopers upon being discovered at a checkpoint. When he blasts one from his perch and sends him to a brutal demise on the laser gate below, we hear a very similar sort of scream. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Quinlan's True Eyes.
Quinlan was here.
Upon learning of an underground railroad of sorts from Tala, Obi-Wan sees that fellow Jedi Quinlan Vos is alive and has been helping, leaving an intriguing message scrawled on the wall.
What does it say?
Only when the eyes are closed can you truly see.
See what?
The way.
While this adage can be adopted in a myriad of ways, and will probably serve as a theme for Obi-Wan in the coming episodes, the fact that it comes from Quinlan makes us wonder if it's a reference to his special ability. Namely, Quinlan's retrocognition allows him to touch objects and see the memories of those associated with it.
My senses tell me that he's still here.
It's illogical. He knows he's being looked for here.
Something is keeping him here.
In any case, we'd be more than thrilled to see Quinlan in live action. You know, aside from the kid version that appears in the background of The Phantom Menace.
Gosa Bulba. Chipoko Uman Gisa. Mitisa Radical Panapi Chapachawa.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.